Hey guys, this is another unboxing video for one of my latest acquisitions. This showed up in the mail today. It's a nice big box from China, from my friends in China. Love to get the packages from them. The lady at the post office said it was probably the biggest box that she's ever seen actually shipped through the postal service. So at least I impressed somebody today. Anyway, hopefully this is not going to take too long. I'm going to do a quick unboxing video and show you what's in here. It's a new 50cc size Slick 540. I bought it from SDSHobby, and I'm going to use this to reuse the engine and smoke system and a few odds and ends from an airplane that I crashed earlier in the year. It was a, a Midwest Extra 300. And hit the top of a tree with it, tore the wings off. It's getting a bit late in the winter now and I don't really have a lot of time left to rebuild it, so I decided I'd just go and buy something else. So anyway, this is it, and I guess so I'm going to readjust the camera angle a little bit here, and then we'll have a look and see what's inside the box. Alright guys, hopefully you can hear me, not too hear me okay over there. I had to move the camera back quite a bit because the box is so large here. So anyway, let's get right to it, see what's in here. Alright, everything seems to be packed in here pretty well. So, let's have a look. So the first thing in here that I notice is there's actually a very tiny CD-ROM here. You can just see there. So I'm presuming that's probably some instructions. Interesting way to send it. Haven't seen one of those for quite a while actually. So let's have a peek here. So there's a rudder. It's all taped together pretty well here. Basically there's the rudder, and from what I've read, the only thing you have to glue into this thing is actually the pins in the rudder. The wings are actually pre-hinged. There's that. I got some side force generators here, these wingtip things. I don't know if I'm going to use those or not, but we'll have a look at them. So those go on the wingtips to increase, I guess, the knife edge performance. And here's the stabs. You have to be really careful with the knife at this stage. There's a right hand stabilizer. And these ones actually take the servos in the inside the stabilizer, so you can just screw them right on. And one thing I noticed is this is like light ply, so I may beat that up by putting some carbon or some fiberglass or something on it with some CA just to kind of stiffen those tabs a little bit. One more. More stab. Everything seems to be pretty good so far. So the next thing here I'm seeing is wing panel. And all pre-drilled on the end for, so here's the wing panel. There's the bottom side, nice and visible. So the covering looks like it needs to be sealed down a little bit in there, so that's not a bad sign because it just means that they didn't use too much heat in the factory. So there's the right hand wing panel, and you can see in the end the holes for the side force generators. And there's the other wing panel. Also seems to be in good shape. Notice that it's got a pretty good counterbalance actually built into the ailerons as well, the wingtips there. Hopefully the autofocus is working okay in the camera. Right, so here that I ordered as well. I got them all tie wrapped in here. So I ordered a couple of propellers from these guys. The 23x8 Hawk propellers. So we'll see how they perform. And the carbon fiber tubes are actually right here inside the packed inside the box. I'll take those out. The carbon fiber wing and stab tubes. The stabs are removable, so it makes it easier to put it into your car. Got another box of goodies down here. It actually looks like they left some room in the packaging so that if you ordered extra stuff, it will come. It was packed in there too, and in this case I did order some servos and stuff as well. So anyway, that's a box of cabling and goodies and things. And let's see here, so basically looking at the fuselage here right now, it's kind of packed in pretty well, so I'm just going to tip it up here so you can kind of get a look at it. There's the there's a fuse from the side, and like I said, it's taped in there pretty well, so nothing really moved in shipping. I guess nothing really could move. Kind of tight in the box. So I'm presuming this is probably, I think that's the cowl. Yep. So nice job on the cowl, pre-painted, and wheel pants are in here as well. So wheel pants. Let's take this out and have a look at it. So I really need to buy a video camera. I'm using an Olympus pin, and it takes 7 minutes of video at a time. So somewhere around where I took the cowl out of the box, I ran out of video. And so anyway, I cut ahead. I've taken some more stuff out of the box here, and I guess we'll just finish off the unboxing here by showing you some of the close-up on the cowl. So I think when last we spoke, I was taking the cowl out of the covering, out of the foam. So there it is. Doesn't look too bad. It's like a nice paint job, nice and light, very light fiberglass. And I think one of the things I normally do with these guys, they seem to be glued pretty well anyway, but I tend to always put an extra bead of glue around the inside of here, because really this is all that holds that cowl from getting loose and flopping around on your on the motor. So I normally beat that up a little bit. And the nice thing about those is when it goes onto the fuselage, screws are inside, so it's a nice clean look on the outside. So that's the cowl. And once again, the wing panel. So just to give you a look at the fuselage, taken out of the box, there it is. It's very light, probably only a couple of pounds in that, 2 or 3 pounds maybe. All built up balsa. I don't know what the covering is. I think it might be Aura cover, I'm not sure. So get you a better look at that. So here's kind of looking down this thing. It's got a canister tunnel in there, and it's actually got some aluminum angle on the plate, so that's a good sign. In my biplane that I bought from these guys about 3-4 years ago now, that wasn't in there, and I ended up actually tearing the landing gear out on an eventful landing. So that's good to see that that's beefed up a little bit. And like I said, you can put a canister right in there. It's also got tri-stock already added to the inside of the engine box, which is good. But of course I'll beef that up some more as well before I let it put it in the air. Take off the canopy here. The canopy actually has 2 plastic-headed thumb screws that go into the side, which is nice. So you don't need to take a Sharpie to or like a sharp screwdriver to take your screws out when you're at the field. So that's good. Actually, the canopy, now that I look at it, is actually all plastic inside. it's covering right over the plastic material, so very smooth. Not like having the balsa sheeted turtle deck and then covering on it. So that's another weight savings, I guess. So carbon fiber tube in there for the wing tube to go through. Fuel tank's already installed. Of course, that'll come out and be replumbed, and it'll be joined by a smoke tank in there. And there's a look down the fuselage inside. So looks pretty good. I'll just give it a good going over and add some more CA in a few different areas there, which I'll just like to do just to strengthen it a little bit. And yeah, so not much to see in there. So there's that, and then if you were to actually add a cowl to it, there's the entire airframe, cowl all on there. Pretty long. Alright, so that's that. Just gonna check my... Yep, still got a few minutes left before my 7-minute timer goes. So this is the little box I pulled out from inside that they had tie wrapped and taped the inside of the box. I guess these are my extra bits and pieces. So very helpful. Parts inside. Good to know. Good reminder. So let's have a look. So I ordered some new servos to go with this thing. I've never had them before. They're XQ Power 4020Ds. Runs on 4.86 volts, and not the high voltage servo, because I don't run LiPos anyway. So I ordered a bunch of stuff here. A few different odds and ends. So I bought a bunch of, whole bunch of servo extensions, nice twisted, and actually they look like they're not too bad quality wire. So I bought a bunch of extensions. Anyone's looking for some extensions, I might have a few spare ones. I bought some little fuel dots that they had on their site for a couple of dollars each, so a few different colors. And I mean, for $2 or $3 each, you might as well. This is a fueling dot and a switch integrated. So there's a fuel dot in the middle, and you got two nice, fairly robust fueling switches and charge jacks. So one of these actually comes as a free gift with the plane, and I bought a spare one. Just in case, you know, so there's the other one. Lots of servo leads. I bought this little guy. This was about $35. It's so it's basically an aluminum rudder tray. Got the nice big tiller arm on there that goes in your servo. And so your servo basically sits in here, and then short couplers to the arm, and then the arm and the rudder pull are just permanently mounted. So it saves a lot of wear and tear on the bearing in the top of your servo. 35 bucks. And you can get them for 1, 2, or 3 servos gang together. There's a kill switch, opto isolated kill switch. And here is the XQ Power servo. So like I said, I don't know how these are going to work out. I bought 5, I need 4, so I figured I'll buy one extra one. It's a 200 odd ounce-inch servo, titanium gear. Not programmable, it's just your old school servo. But I figured with the larger surfaces on this thing, and being a 3D plane, that I wanted to have a more powerful servo than using what I used on my old Extra, which was a high-tech 5625 at 130 ounce inches. These Red Wing RC sells them in the US, but of course these are now gray market ones because I bought them from China, so I won't get any warranty support, and that's why I bought the 5th one for spare parts, basically. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't, you know, lock over and crash the plane or something. So anyway, that's pretty much all the goodies I've got in here, and I guess we'll leave it there till the next thing I buy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.